Hello everybody, this is Team Destoroyah 21 with a new video. Today I will be doing my top 20 favorite monsters from the Godzilla franchise. Without further ado, let us begin. At number 20, we have the 1998 Godzilla and its son, Zilla Jr. While highly controversial to Toho and Kaiju fans alike, yet it's still also carrying its own charm, the 98 Godzilla, along with its son Zilla Jr. from Godzilla the series, are on this list because while initially I disliked them, after watching the Kaiju profiles for both of them on Wikizilla, I began to like them as not Godzilla, but as their own separate monsters. Number 19, we have Kamoebas. The giant turtle kaiju from Space Amoeba holds a small place in my heart for the fact that I like him despite his only major role, aside from his debut film, as being killed by Godzilla in Godzilla Tokyo SOS and in Godzilla Monster Apocalypse. Either way, Kamoebas is a special one for me. Number 18 is Kamacuras and Kumonga. Next up is the two giant bugs, Kamacuras and Kumonga. While both are certainly creepy, and I like mantids and spiders, they have a few scattered appearances in comics and other media, but are immediately recognizable. At number 17, we have Hedorah, the smog monster. As Godzilla's toughest opponent in the Showa series, he deserves to be on this list. I like the idea of Hedorah, and was really interested when they included him in the Godzilla PS4 game. I think Mr. Bono would be happy that Hedorah still retains his popularity. At number 16, we have the Showa Mechagodzilla. The robotic doppelganger. Mechagodzilla is one of Toho's big five, and for good reason. With his awesome arsenal and iconic appearance, he definitely deserves a spot on this list and in Toho's big five. At number 15, it's time to punch, punch, punch! The robot super warrior Jet Jaguar has always been cool to me. I mean, it's a robot who can fight monsters and is friends with the king of the monsters. I certainly like this robot and I want to see him make a return one day. At number 14 is Gigan and Megalon. Here comes double trouble! Gigan and Megalon are quite powerful monsters, and on top of that, they were best buddies in Godzilla vs. Megalon. I certainly prefer the Millennium design for Gigan, and I wonder if Megalon could make a comeback one of these days. At number 13, we have Spacegodzilla. The galactic clone of Godzilla, this malevolent kaiju was possibly one of the coolest villains. He was in fact one of the first SH Monster Arts figures I got alongside the Hayseed Mothra, so he definitely deserves a spot on his list for his enigmatic powers, appearance, and malice. At number 12, we have Biollante, the Bio Beast. Biollante is in this spot because I really love her concept and design. All those teeth make her so intimidating. Plus, I really feel sympathy for Biollante after hearing about her origins. I wonder if others feel the same sympathy for her as well. All Dr. Shirogami wanted was to bring back his daughter, but it only resulted in the creation of a new monster. Such a tragedy. At number 11 is Destoroyah. The ultimate life form, death incarnate, evil personified. Destoroyah is one of my favorite villains. From his rapidly changing evolution, the fact that he was the strongest of the Heisei monsters, all the way to his creepy laugh in Godzilla Unleashed. Destoroyah is one I'll never forget and always cherish. At number 10 is Titanus Behemoth from Godzilla King of the Monsters. When I first saw him in the theater, I instantly fell in love with the design. Behemoth is one of my favorite new monsters in Godzilla King of the Monsters, and I certainly respect him as a guardian of the natural order. We have never had a mammoth kaiju before, so this is a great start. I didn't even know he was going to appear, and I had already made my OC kaiju mammoth Tantortheris, so this was an interesting find. At number 9 is Orga, the Millennium Bruiser. What else is there for me to say about Orga? I love playing as him in Godzilla Unleashed, and he really appealed to me as a great monster. Did you know, I initially thought he was a monster killer whale because his name sounded similar to Orca. Number 8 is a tie between Anguirus and Rodan, the fierce dragon and the king of the skies. Two of Godzilla's enemies turned allies. They have their presence in the fandom. They're some of my favorite guardian monsters and will always have their oomph when they show up on stage. Number 7, we have Monster X and Kaiser Ghidorah. The final boss of the Millennium series. This guy was amazing. From his skeletal appearance to the fact that he becomes a new member of the Ghidorah group. This guy definitely deserves a spot on this list, and I want him to make an appearance in a new console video game sometime soon. At number 6, we have the Heisei King Ghidorah and Mecha King Ghidorah. While I do like the Showa King Ghidorah, the Heisei Ghidorah I liked more, especially with the later appearance of Mecha King Ghidorah. This iteration is still quite the popular one, and I'm still baffled that it took 3 Dorats to mutate into King Ghidorah. Baffling. At number 5 is Bogging. He has had many attempted films, but never saw the big screen. His prominent role in Super Godzilla and Unmade History proves that no matter what, the fandom will always recognize Bogging. I tend to see him as the Thanos of the Godzilla world, and I'm glad I placed Bogging on this list. He deserves it. At number 4 is a tie between the Heisei and Monsterverse Mothra. Ah, the goddess of peace, and now the queen of the monsters. What is not to love about Mothra? She's so beautiful in appearance, has such an angelic soundtrack, and I also adore the Shobijin, her tiny priestesses. Legendary Mothra certainly makes her mark as a kaiju who takes no nonsense from anybody, and deeply cares for her king of the monsters. At number 3, we have Legendary Godzilla. The newest American Godzilla, I absolutely fell in love with him when I watched both the 2014 movie and the newest one. He's absolutely perfect in every way, and I definitely want to see him win in Godzilla vs. Kong and see more MonsterVerse movies in the future. At number 2, we have Shin Godzilla. When I first saw this one, I was legit terrified, and I loved it. This was the first Godzilla movie I have ever seen in theaters, and because his design is so incredible, it's no wonder that Shin Godzilla is truly a god incarnate. I do wish we see more of him in the future, which will be very likely. Before we go to our number 1 pick, let's take a look at the honorable mentions. We have Rockmuto, Shinomura, King Kong from the Monsterverse, Gorosaurus, King Caesar, Baragon, Legendary Rodan, Sanda and Gyra, Megaguras, Super Mechagodzilla, Kiryu, the Anime Mechagodzilla, Godzilla Earth, the Anime King Ghidorah, the Mutos, Muto Prime, Zilla and Methuselah, and GMK Ghidorah. And finally, at number 1, my favorite Toho monster of all time, Legendary King Ghidorah. Oh man, when I saw this guy, I knew this had to be the definite King Ghidorah iteration. I even call him Emperor Ghidorah to further distinguish him from his other iterations and to boost his superiority. Like Legendary Godzilla, this version of Ghidorah is perfect all around, and I absolutely love him to bits. Though I do wish Ichi wasn't such a jerk to Kevin. He's just trying his best. And with that, this has been my top 20 kaiju list. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more videos in the future. Thank you all so much for watching. This is Team Dinosaurian 21, signing off.